Coal. Yeah.
Let's talk about coal, because coal is super important in North Dakota. Back when I was had a chance to work on initially and then later chair Vision 2000, which was a statewide economic development effort. When we were doing that, I remember poring over the economic data of North Dakota, and the two highest GDP counties in the state were our two coal producing counties. The main ones, Beulah, Hayes, and Center, Underwood. That whole area was where we're, which is the heart of coal country. And still is. There's 12,000 jobs in the state that are dependent on coal. 80% of our electricity comes from coal. We've got we've got some of the lowest cost electricity in the nation, and that it's super important. And here's again where we've had a administration in Washington D.C. which has really had an anti-coal agenda. Is what they've had, and now we're faced with a presidential election where we got we're going to end up with Hillary Clinton versus Donald Trump, and Hillary is anti-coal, anti-fracking, and on her environmental stuff, she's really bad for agriculture too. And so again, it would be devastating for the North Dakota economy if we're hurting right now. We have to do everything we can to elect a Republican in the White House next fall and have a pro-energy, pro-business leader in the White House. What a relief that would be, for North Dakota. And it's why I endorsed, Trump. When he's going to be the winner of this thing, without hesitation, because again, having a business leader in the White House who's pro-energy would be great for our state. The alternative, Hillary, would be a disaster. And so, charge ahead, go Trump, and I'll do whatever I can to help him get elected.
A lot of people don't understand that. I think it's like 75 to 80%, if not more, of North Dakota energy is powered by coal.
Yes.
And when you take away 1 megawatt of coal, 1 megawatt of wind doesn't replace it. It's like 10 or 20 even times. It's not the same. It's not, and I don't think a lot of people understand that.
No.
So, anything you want to say to the oil producing counties? Just what does the gubernatorial stance mean to them, I guess?
Well, I hope that they all understand that they know how that I understand exactly how important energy is in the state of North Dakota. Over 50% of state revenues coming in have come from the energy industry, and we can't education, healthcare, flood protection, law enforcement, anything that we're doing right now in the state of North Dakota, we need to tip our hats and say thanks to the people that have worked to develop the energy resources in the state. And so people can know that not only will I be a champion for energy in the state, but also that Brent Sanford, my running mate, part of the reason I picked Brent was because he's been on the front lines. He's fourth generation, Watford City, McKenzie County individual, and then he comes back and he's been there through the boom, and now he's been there through the downturn, and he understood that not only do we need great jobs, we have to build great communities. And if you look at what's been accomplished there in terms of not just the infrastructure, but daycare, affordable housing for teachers, the new hospital that's coming, the rec center, the new high school. When Brent moved home to North Dakota, and his daughter was born here. There were 6 kids that in her age group that were born that year in Watford. There would have been 6 kids in her class without the Bakken. Now there's 120 kids in her class in the Bakken. And so what he's seen, going through this thing, and it's been 4 decades since we've had anybody in the lieutenant governor, the governor's office, that's got directly from an oil producing county. And so that's why I picked Brent. Because I was like, hey, we got to have somebody who's lived through it, who understands this, directly, and has they know the effect it's had on their community, on their family, and Brent's been involved. He's been recruiting oil companies to headquarter and get their employment base in Watford City. He understands it. So that was a key decision. I think people can look. That was really the first decision to get to judge somebody on is about how is this how is a guy who's a business leader. How's a business leader going to view the Bakken? Well, the very first thing I did was I'm going to the Bakken and I'm getting a guy to be my partner, and that guy happens to also be a CPA, because part of this is I got to have somebody who understands we're in a fiscal crisis at the state level. I need a partner that can help us, manage our way through the budget challenge we're going to have. So he's the perfect partner.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah, thank you, Jason.